I know you have kind of a little bit of a soft spot for Christianity. Are there any other religions you have a soft spot for?
I love Christianity. Uh, I'm in love with Christianity. I love.
Gianni, confirmed.
No, I have to say that I like Christianity. It's kind of an obligation. It is. I have to say that every now and then so that I can keep the Christians happy who are secretly supporting me and funding me on my mission against Islam. This
I
is
don't
what
think you do it so secretly.
I.
I read your comments. It's pretty open.
So that's why I'm doing that. No, the thing is, of course, I completely disagree with Christianity and with its foundation and its truth claims and its message. Where I sympathize with Christianity is simply that I see Christianity as a relatively very functional religion, a religion that works, a religion that built efficient societies. You could argue that in the Catholic history that didn't really look very good, but relatively compared to other religions, it creates a more functional societies. And I like the whole message of forgiveness and getting rid of those borders and being sitting together with the disbelievers and the tax collectors and whatever that is. I mean, there are aspects that I like about Christianity. And are there other religions? I would say I used to think that Indian religions or Buddhism, for example, were good. But then when I studied religious studies a little bit further, I kind of realized that I don't really like those religions.
Mhm.
And that I also think very differently from other atheists, because what makes a religion bad to me is not that the religion is hostile and violent and intolerant. What makes a religion bad to me is that the religion is extremely superstitious and very lazy, dysfunctional, and simply just it's just inefficient and it doesn't work. When I think about Indian religions,
Yeah.
I just feel like they are not religions that are very efficient. They're not religions that really work for society.
Yeah, and when you mean work, you're talking about like furthering
I
progress,
think Hinduism, for example, is the epitome of.
prosperity, like kind of
Yeah.
define your terms on work for that.
I think Hinduism is like among religions. Hinduism is, I would carefully want to call it the epitome of apathy, of human apathy.
Mm.
It doesn't help make progress. It doesn't help build something better to go further. It glorifies the notion of basically, just losing. Some people would disagree. I would have the Bhagavad Gita, for example. I have it right here. Teaches how you should be a useful part of society and you should fulfill your duty in society, and that is a huge goal of your way of living. But if you look at how Hinduism is practiced in society and by religious people, by devout people in society, you see that there is this glorification of doing nothing and of being worthless and of being of just living your life in apathy and stuff like that. Buddhism takes it even further, and Buddhism kind of introduces this thing where you are supposed to just free yourself completely from good and bad, from all kinds of attachment, and just be like empty and be dumb, basically. And I just thought that is much worse to me than than intolerance or violence or all that, which is not that is more destructive than intolerance and violence to me. I thought. I don't know. This is. I don't even want to immerse too much into this, but I found a liking for East Asian philosophies and religions because I kind of liked how they approached life in a more functional way and a more nice, disciplined way, and all that. I just thought they're not more about afterlife and living for something that is outside of you or living for annihilation. They are more about living in society and creating a good society. Of course, they have this whole stuff going on with respecting your ancestors and all that nonsense, but I kind of liked the way those religions are structured. I don't know.
Her worship is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Fatwa is giving me a hard time saying, Susanna, trigger! Yeah. I mean, no, I find people who are never Christians, their opinion on Christianity like very interesting, because obviously like I'm very biased. Yeah, but I think the whole idea of like this apathy that you're kind of touching on, or like radical non-attachment, can be so dangerous, because it's like, why are we, and again, someone's going to come at me for my Abrahamic mindset, right? Because I think about this like a Catholic. So a good Catholic is like always denying ourselves like what we want, in almost at least in my experience of it, a very self-flagellating kind of way. And it left me like miserable, and I still catch myself like falling into those patterns like all the time, like just like not doing something that I could do to like take care of myself, because it's like, oh, I'm not even worthy of that,
Yeah.
Like, you're just in this like denial, and that perpetual act of like denial is supposed to be like character building, basically, or that like continual process. And it's so destructive, because like we ultimately, like, this is all we have.
Yeah.
Right. And people are, I mean, from a different cultural background, a different conception of it, right, are going about denying themselves like pleasures, the only shot we have at it, for a superstition. They'll be locked into it forever. It's really destructive. And I mean, again, my experience and knowledge of these things is very colored and biased, because the work that I do through AR, I hear people all around the world, constantly coming to me with their very specific stories of how Eastern religions that are very romanticized and fetishized in America, they're like how abusive they are. How it's much more conservative than people in my community like understand it to be. Very heavy on the traditionalism, and
very tribalistic,
very locked into collectivism and being responsible for the way that people see your family because you're a bit deviant, like it's so. And I grew up in an interesting mix of certain levels of kind of a collectivistic mindset, except of course it's so different because American culture broadly is one of the most individualistic in the world. But I mean, even that flavor that I got from it was so difficult to get over. This idea of being responsible, like how for your honor of your entire tribe, basically.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Why There's No. Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.